Hey all, welcome back to my channel. So in this session, we are going to talk about something that is very important. It's not about installation, it's not about configuration, but what VMware is removing. This session is called VCF and VVF 9.0 Deprecations Master Class. So why I am calling this as a master class? Because if you miss this deprecations, you will design a wrong architecture or you will fail in interviews and in production support. You will plan for futures that simply do not exist anymore. Okay, so most engineers focus only on what is new in VCF 9, but in real life knowing what is removed is even more important in real life support. Okay, in VCF and vSphere 9.0, VMware has made a very clear decision. They are cleaning up legacy features. They are removing duplicated tools and they are pushing everything towards an one unified platform called VCF operations. So this class, we are not jumping directly into explanation. First, I will show you the complete list of deprecated components. Only after that, we'll go one by one. So I will explain three things for every deprecation. So first one is what this feature was used for. Then second one, why VMware is deprecating or removing it. Then the third one, what replaces it in VCF 9. These are the three things which we need to understand as part of the deprecated components in VCF 9. This session is important for all types of people who is in support. If you are a fresher, this tells you what not to learn anymore, because learning deprecated feature is not required here, right? Suppose if you are experienced, this tells you what not to design anymore in the existing environment. If you are preparing for interviews, this tells you what questions will be asked, okay, as part of depreciation, or you can avoid those kind of questions stating that this component is already deprecated. So by end of this session, you should be able to confidently answer one question, like why VMware removed this feature and what should we use instead of that removed feature. Okay, all right. So let's start with the first slide, and I'll provide the complete list of deprecated and removed components in VCF and vSphere 9.0 in the upcoming slides. So all right, now let's move to that first category of deprecation. Okay, this slide focus only on vSphere and vCenter related deprecations in versions 9.0. So before we go line by line, I want everyone to clearly understand one thing. These are not random removals. These are core platform changes. Some of these features are existed for more than 10 years, and some of them were once considered mandatory, and now they are either deprecated or fully removed. So let me first list all deprecations, and then we'll take each item separately in the next slides. Okay, so to start off with vSphere vCenter deprecations, they removed vSphere clustering services. Then vSphere host profiles is no more. That has been removed in VCF 9 or vSphere 9. Then vCenter enhanced linked mode got deprecated. Integrated Windows authentication, you already aware, in vSphere 7 itself they announced this. This has been completely deprecated now. Windows Session Authentication SSPA. So we'll discuss this in the upcoming slide. This got deprecated in 9. Smart card and RSA Secure ID authentication got deprecated. vSphere Lifecycle Manager baseline. So this one also got deprecated. Then vCenter solution users. this got deprecated. Then vCenter for migration assistant got deprecated. vSphere trust authority, this got deprecated. Now you just pause for a moment, okay, and then just look at this names. Most of us have used at least half of this in the production support for sometimes. So the next question is, why VMware is doing this? The answer is very simple. VMware is moving from future-based management to platform-based management. In older versions, vCenter had many independent mechanisms like automation, life cycle there, then clustering logic somewhere else. In vSphere 9 and vSphere and VCF 9, VMware wants one control plane. That control plane is our VCF operations and the VCF configuration profile. So don't panic when you see this list. Nothing is removed without a replacement, but the way of working has been completely changed here. Okay, so in the next slide we'll go one by one for each item. I'll explain what it was used for earlier, why it is deprecated, and what it replaces it in vSphere 9, vSphere and VCF 9, because whatever components which got deprecated, if that is required in VCF 9, that must have a replacement, right? So we are going to discuss about those stuffs in the upcoming slides. All right, let's start with the first and most confusing one, vCLS. vCLS stands for vSphere clustering service. If you have worked on vSphere 7 and 8, you have definitely seen vCLS VMs. Let's try to understand what was vCLS. So vCLS stands for vSphere clustering service. It was introduced in vSphere 7. The main goal of vCLS was very simple. It is used to make sure that DRS always works even if vCenter goes down. That is the objective of this vCLS VM. Earlier, before vCLS, DRS logic was tightly, like it's coupled with vCenter. If vCenter had an issue, then DRS decision could be delayed. So VMware introduced small system VMs called vCLS agents. These VMs run inside every cluster and they act as an witness for DRS. Even if vCenter is temporarily unavailable, this VLS VM keeps DRS operational. That is the main functionality of this vCLS VM. Now let's try to understand why admins hated this vCLS VMs. So from admin point of view, vCLS VM created more problems than the benefit which is offered by those VMs. Okay, so first is like it is going to act as an unwanted VM, because we never create these VMs, but it will create automatically once we form the cluster. Then the second reason is like resource usage. This is going to use or consume CPU and memory from the ESXi host. Okay. Third reason, unnecessarily it will create operational noises, because a backup team will ask us that whether this VMs to be included in backup or not. Sometimes they will add this VMs in the backup by mistake. Then about monitoring, then monitoring team will ask us, should we monitor this VM or this can be ignored? This will create unnecessary operational noises in the production support. Then fourth is like HA and affinity confusion. So people like try to move or delete vCLS and they broke DRS unexpectedly. Okay, so vCLS solved one architecture problem but created multiple operational headaches. That is the reason, VMware admins hated this vCLS tool in the production support. Let's try to understand what changed in vSphere 9. So 9, the big change is starting with this vCLS. They're saying that vCLS is deprecated, and it's no more an optional or it's an recommended option. They officially announced it's deprecated. So VMware clearly saying that you do not need vCLS anymore. So DRS and HA logic are now native. They do not depend on helper VMs like this vCLS. So VMware recommends placing vCLS in a retreat mode in 9. Okay, so this is the option, whereas you can select this retreat mode option, and then you can ignore this vCLS VM running in your production support. So let's try to understand what is vCLS retreat mode. So retreat mode means the VMs are either powered off or removed, but DRS and HA continue to work normally. So disabling vCLS does not impact DRS or HA option over here. So this is a big architectural change or improvement in vSphere 9. Okay. So from production perspective, what should you do? In vSphere 9 environments, VMware recommends that vCLS should be in retreat mode. This avoids unnecessary system VMs. Then we can save some resource. So vCLS was a workaround for old DRS architecture, but vSphere 9 no longer needs that workaround. Now let's move to that next deprecation called vSphere host profile in the upcoming slide.